Hi there, this is Matt at Cinephile here with a review for Disney's Elemental. But first I'd like to talk to you about the 31-Day Horror Movie Challenge. This is a journal that I published. It is 31 specific challenges for horror movies. You get to pick the movie that I challenged to you, and then I give everybody 3 questions that are standard across the board. What works, what doesn't, and who made it. Then I cater 3 specific questions to the challenge. A challenge would be something like a horror anthology. And then one of the specific curated questions for that one is, can you name a movie that would have been better as a short horror film rather than a feature? This is available through Amazon. You can find a link for it in the description box down below. I encourage you to take a look. If you are interested in engaging with the films that you watch or interested in criticism in general, this is something that would help you out and you could get a lot of enjoyment from. But moving on to Elemental. This just dropped on Disney Plus, and it was one that I'd planned to see in theaters, but I just didn't have the time to carve out to do so. And this is one I have a little bit of mixed feelings on. I'm going to be upfront right away and say I did like the movie. I would recommend it. It is worth 3 stars. Some of it really worked, some of it kind of didn't, and it definitely felt a little overlong. But my big hang-up, and this is probably just more of a personal thing, is the animation I kept bumping into. I think this is one of the best looking world designs that I have seen. It looks so effing real most of the movie. The backgrounds are gorgeous. I like how the fire world looks. I like how the water world looks and what little glimpses we get into the like vapor world and the earthly world. All that stuff is great. The backgrounds look flat out realistic, like you could actually physically go there, and that was something that was really cool. But what didn't tether well for me are the characters. The character designs look very much like the GameCube version of Legend of Zelda with the cell animation, and then trying to force that character animation style on something like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which has a much more real, tangible, physical look to the place. This kind of was the same thing. In talking to a friend about it who also watched it yesterday, she compared it to like the world kind of look very realistic, what you'd expect from Pixar, and then they just took the characters from Osmosis Jones and dropped them in this movie. And that's kind of the perfect explanation. It really is. And that was something that I had so much trouble reconciling, and it kept taking me out of the movie. The movie as is telling a strong story about sort of generational separation and what drove generations before is not necessarily what's driving the generation current. And if you are a Gen Z or below, or even a like young millennial, this is something that you might really respond well to. And I got it. I thought it was a solid approach to the movie. I just didn't necessarily think everything tied together perfectly, and it took a long time to get to what the main character Ember's wants are. Like, I didn't discover her genuine wants until close to the end of the second act of the movie, and that's when it started coming together of what this movie's truly about. And that's something I felt like, just on a structural level, should have been established much earlier. That said, it is Pixar. It hits those emotional beats and hits them hard when they get to them. There are funny moments. It is cute. It's fun to watch with wee one, and will like stimulate the adults in the audience who are watching as well. I give the movie 3 stars. Let me know what you thought of Elemental in the comments section down below. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Peace.